This conference will now be recorded.
Hey guys, good morning. So just want to tell
Hi
you one.
Nikhila, good morning.
Hey, good
Good
morning.
morning, Nikhila.
Very
Morning,
good
Nikhila.
morning, guys. So
Hi, good
this,
morning.
hey, good morning.
Good morning, Nikhila.
Very good morning.
Good morning,
Good
Nikhila.
morning, Nikhila.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, let
Nikhila, one quick question, please.
sure, please.
So, actually, you have shared the content now in the My Class app in the day two that is in encrypted format. When we there is a download button. When we download it and open it, it is not opening.
Which one? The BPT.
Yeah.
It should ideally. How about others? Did you try opening the PPT, guys?
Yes, Nikhila, we are
Yes, I
able to
tried,
open.
Nikhila. It opened for me.
Basha, can you just click a
Just
video
fine.
and show
Nikhila,
me?
if you download the showing in offline download menu, so you have to see in offline download, right?
It
No.
opens in Canva app.
Okay,
Okay.
can somebody show how did you do? Because I don't see it from a user perspective. So can somebody just do a small picture or recording from the
Our
other phone and show in the group so that
PowerPoint.
I
everybody
don't have a
yeah,
yeah, I will
yeah.
create a video, but actually as I don't have a share option,
There
I
will
need
not
to
be any
ask the organization to make the
Mhm.
presentation presenter.
No, I didn't get you. Okay, you want to share in the
Just share.
here screen share.
Yeah, Miss, I can show them if you want,
Okay,
like how
sure.
the
Let me.
project was just fine.
I can make you the presenter. Allow me a minute. Yes, Basha, you're the presenter now.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can. Oh,
So
didn't unzip
this
it, man.
this
Hold on. You didn't unzip it.
no,
Unzip it. No.
no,
You
this
can.
is unzip.
Yeah, you can see the zip on it, right? It's a zipped one, compressed one. Right click and say extract here. Yeah.
Already zipped one. We have.
No, now open and see. It's opening. What does it say? Repair? Okay, just say repair. There was a. Can you close this once? Maybe this is the. No, this one only, right? Yeah. Try opening that now. Mm,
Open.
can you cut it and paste it somewhere outside? Actually, earlier it was not unzipped, so you were facing issue. Now I'm not sure why.
Can we open it in browser?
Yes, you can try.
Re-download it.
Let's try if it
Yeah,
doesn't.
now it's
There's some issue with your PowerPoint, I think. Can you just open any new PowerPoint once?
yeah.
Okay, go to File now.
Hi Nikhila, for me also came like this also, but I opened with Word, then it came.
With Word, it is coming. Okay, go to File once. File, and where did you keep it? Just try to go to Recent. To browse for a file, click Open. Where is Open? Okay, yeah, just go to Open Desktop. I think, right? You kept it on desktop, now.
Yeah, this is an unzipped file.
Okay, take it. Yeah, try opening from here. Can you re-download it once? Just try downloading it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise you can
Mm,
try with open with some other things, then it will come.
just try once. Open with the Word or something. Ideally, how can a PPT open with Word? I never
Yeah.
tried. Yeah, unzip and see. There is something wrong. Can you just try opening it in the browser? Drag and drop it into any browser. Take a new tab in the browser and drag this PPT into browser and see. So open, uh, open that. Generally for PDFs we try that way. So I just asked if this works. That was error accessing this one. Show help.
I will share my PPT to you, which is I have already opened.
Hmm.
Can you pin me? I will just share it, unzip file. If it is work for you, then it's okay. Otherwise, it's some issue with your PPT.
Hmm.
Yeah, and the
Okay.
Okay.
PPT showing product activation failed. That might be the issue. Yeah.
Just try once, Basha. Maybe you try reinstalling. Oh, I think you need to.
PowerPoint.
Yeah, PowerPoint once. If it still doesn't work, I'll try to get you the PDF version of this.
Okay.
Hmm?
Basha,
Sure.
you can just pin me. I will just share the
Ashu
PPT
Shukla,
to
right?
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll
Yes.
tag him in the group. Basha, you can
Yes, yes,
reach out
please.
to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Sure.
Sure, sure. Okay. Super. Let me take
Thank you.
back the control. Anybody has any other questions? Okay.
No.
Perfect. Guys, this is day 3, and still I see like more than 15 people missing in the live session. It is not at all good for you to miss the sessions in the initial days itself. Okay, so if you're strong at your basics, down the lane, when we start the complex topics, it'll be very easy for you to learn the things and work on the things. That is the reason initial days I take it very slow. Okay, the people who already know Pega will feel even bored because I'm taking it that slow. But if you're not being a part of the live training in the initial days itself, the time we start data pages and activities and all these kind of things, you will lose interest and you will not be a part of the training also. 100% make sure be a part of the live session. If you have some unavoidable situations, if possible, try to attend the session at least from your mobile if you can't do it from laptop. But make sure you are attending live session. Make sure you're connecting 10 minutes before the session. Okay, so that you settle down with all the technical issues and everything, then jumping in at 7:05, and then started listening to other things. Please try to settle down at least 10 minutes before the session. And missing a live is going to have a huge impact on you. Don't do that. Don't miss a live session. Even if you are in a live session, see, it is like a continuous 3 hours you're going to listen to the topics. If it is like watching a recording, it will be like in breaks you will be listening. 1 hour you will watch, you go do something, then come back. So when you do that way, you will lose the continuity or the impact of the session. So I always keep telling my people, be a part of the live training and you will see the results after the 3 months. Never miss live. I already see 15 people missing, which is very bad. Okay. Now let's do a quick recap, but recap through a questionnaire. So, Syed, would you be able to tell me who is an operator in Pega? Yes, Syed.
Hello?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, a operator is a person who is going to use an application.
So, the same answer you will give in the interviews, nothing more?
Yeah.
Mm, okay. So, Naveen, would you like to take up this question? Naveen. Okay.
Yeah, hi Nikhila.
Yes, Naveen. Who is an operator?
Yeah, operator is a access a PEGA application by user.
Okay. Now let me answer this, guys. When somebody asks a
Yeah,
question, yes, Suresh, please.
so operator is a user.
Mhm.
Developer, whoever it may be, those who are to provide the credentials and enter into the application and perform their assigned tasks.
Okay. Okay. So who is an operator ID then? What is an operator ID? Anybody from the session? Sangeeta, you want to say?
Yeah, Nikhila.
Yes.
Operator ID means a username and the password created to
Mm.
access the application.
Okay. Okay.
So when the operator is created, it is stored in the database PR underscore operators table.
Okay.
Uh,
Wonderful. Hmm. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, yes. Only the administrators can create or delete or update the operators.
Mm.
So this can be done in two ways. Like when we go for in the records organization category,
Mm.
we can create with the existing operator.
Mm.
Just if we do as a save as, we can go for creating a new operator.
Mm.
Or else if we want to create the bulk operators, then we have the OOTB, that is OOTB activity, that is create operator,
It's a
wherein it
file.
asks for few of the things which are the mandatory things
Mm.
like the full name, access
Mm.
group, and organization work division related data,
Okay.
and password, those things. So once those are entered, we can go for creating the bulk operators, or it
Mm.
can also be done using the CSV file.
Nikhila, can I take up a few
Uh,
changes?
who is that with
So
Suresh?
that this is Suresh again. I thought
Okay.
only the operator ID. So here,
Okay.
if we have the admin privileges, then we can create, go to the record explorer, and then under the
Mm.
organization, we have operator ID over there. You can see the list of operators. From there also you can create, or else just the best way. I mean, the easiest way is just open any operator and
Mm.
perform the save as.
Okay.
If you don't have administrator privileges, then we have an OOTB activity, creator operators,
Okay.
create operator. So by that we can create by using. We have to provide a few parameters like organization, unit, division, first name, sorry,
Mhm.
password, and a few others. I'm missing here a few other also, like
Okay.
email maybe. And if we want to perform the bulk operation, then we have a concept of file listener over there.
Okay.
We can provide.
Suresh, let me
See,
take it from here. See, uh,
Nikhi-
yeah,
Nikhil,
guys, one
can,
second.
can I one?
Smita, I'll come to you with the next question. Okay,
Oh,
please be on mute. Like, I just want to tell one thing. Guys, just remember one thing. Every question I ask you here, from the interview point of view, and I'm asking, and when you say the answer, say the same way that you tell to an interviewer. Now, what I'm expecting from you is the answer should be given in such a way that you are driving the interview. Okay. So if you say who is an operator, if I ask you, if you say operator ID is nothing but a person, who will access the application. So that's a dead end there. Okay, no, that is not the way. Answer in such a way that the interviewer finds something very curious in your answer, and the next question comes from your answer. So you should be always be the person who is driving the interview. If you stop there, what will happen? He will have some other complex things in his mind, and he will start asking those. So always be the person who is driving the interview. Now, how I want you people to answer is, tell him that operator ID is nothing but it's a record in the database where the entire information about the user is stored. So we store his personal information like name, phone number, email, and we store his professional information like reporting manager, skills, all those things. And of course, the username and password is stored. Now, where is this stored? It is stored in PR underscore operators table. And you can find all the operators under the organization category. Okay. So an operator ID can be created only by the people who have admin privileges. So that's it. Don't tell him about creating bulk operators, OTB activities to create. No, don't tell him. Because if you tell that, you are taking his next questions. So only that is your answer. Now he comes up with the question. Tell me how to create bulk operators. Tell me what if I want to create 10,000 operators. Tell me what is the OOTB activity to create operators. So that will be his next question. So don't take up the answers before the question. And second thing is, don't give one line answers. Okay, expand the answer, but it should be relevant to the question so that the next question is in your hands. Okay, so this is how I want you to answer from tomorrow onwards. Okay,
got it, Nikhil. Thank you.
sure. Now. Let's see what we have done other than operators. We just only spoke about the access group. Okay. So, yeah, we were speaking about access groups. Now, can anyone tell me, Smita, can you tell me about access group in Pega? In the same way that I have explained you now, I want you to give an answer of access groups. Smita, Smita, you're on mute. Would you like to take it up?
Can I use?
Yes, Raj, please.
I think is access group for access group gives you an access to the application first of all,
Mm-hmm.
and the same server as a multiple of applications,
Mm-hmm.
giving the access not in
Mm,
Pega any of the applications I'm asking,
mm,
and needs to access the specific applications inside of access group, mention application names or anything.
mm.
uh, that is the same application, and we have the different types of in the portals. Okay.
Exactly. Mm,
Yeah, that is also example for managers or developers, users, any
mm,
of all of the roles.
mm,
Okay. And uh, I think that's access group contains of the roles, use, needs,
mm.
and work and applications. And one or more access group can be mapped to the operator ID.
Wonderful
That
answer,
is
Raj. Okay, perfect. This is how you should answer it, guys. But Raj, you need to work out on one thing, that is, you need to frame your sentences properly. Because I'm training you, I know what you are saying, but that is not the case with the interviewer. Okay, so in your case, okay, only in specific to your case, I'm saying you work out on framing your sentences properly. So before you answer, frame your sentences, okay, and then answer them. Other than that, the content is correct. Now, let me rephrase it for you guys. So, what is an access group? Access group is basically used to grant an access to an application to a user. Now, what is present in the access group? Access group contains three things: one, application name; two, portal; three, roles. So, jot down like points like this. Access group contains three things: application name, portals, roles. Now, in the application name, you will find all the applications which are present on the server, and you can tag one single application in the access group. In the portals, you can give multiple portals. Okay, you can give, and one of them which is marked as default will be the default portal. And roles also, you can give multiple roles. And remember, one single operator ID can have multiple access groups, which will grant him access to multiple applications, right? So this is how you should answer for access groups. Okay, nothing out of the question. Just every operator can have multiple access groups, granting him access to multiple projects. And in the access group, we contain three things: one is application name, second is portal, third is roles. And we can map only one single application, but multiple portals, multiple roles. That's it. Okay. Any questions on operators or access groups? Okay, perfect. Now, one important thing you need to know is every access group is tagged to multiple operators like this, right? So let's say, for example, Nikhila is a admin. So Nikhila got this access group. Smita is also admin. She got the same access group.
Are you sharing a screen, Nikhila?
Yes, yes, I am. Others, are you able to see?
No, Nikhila.
no, I am not
Yes,
able
Oh,
to.
how
Nikhila.
come? Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Yes,
Nikhila, I can see.
yes,
Able
Nikhila.
to
Yes.
now it is gone.
Let me
Oh,
I
able
can
reshare.
to.
see Nikhila.
Yes, I stopped and I reshared. Now, is it visible, guys? Everyone?
No.
Yes, yes.
Still
Yes.
no.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, Nikhila.
yeah,
If
yes.
it is still no, please
Yes, we
drop
can
off and
see Nikhila.
reconnect once.
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, I am able to know.
You're able to?
Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Now, so in the access group, we have multiple operators tagged. Okay, so Nikhila is an administrator, so she has same access group. Another person, Saumya, another person. So all these people are tagged to this access group. Now, one important thing you need to remember, even when you're working in real time, is if you make any changes in the access group, it is going to impact all the operators. Let's say, for example, I removed, admin studio, I removed prediction studio and case manager portal, and I saved it. Now, all the operators will be impacted. None of these people can see admin studio, none of these can see prediction studio, because you are taking the changes in the access group. So by mistake, if you think, okay, I'm testing something, I just want to update the application name or portal or roles, and you made changes in the access group, please be aware that not only you, everybody is getting impacted. Okay, so aware of the impact, make your changes. So you may even have interview question on this, saying that, let's say, I want to add a new portal to all the administrators in my team. How do you do that? Just tell him that in the access group you can do it. Or I want to, add some role to all the, developers. What to do? Just say that you do it in the access group. So if you do something in the access group, it is going to impact all the people who are tagged to it. It's just like, let's say I have taken Amazon Prime membership. Suddenly, Amazon started giving some, new offers only to the Prime members. It is applicable to all the Prime members, right? They need not go and, add it to every single Prime member. If they just add it to Prime membership candidates access group, automatically it will come to everyone. So this is just like that. It's like a membership. If you make any changes in this membership, all the members in that will be affected. Okay, let's say Amazon deployed a new piece of code where, by mistake they removed access to, OTT Prime version. So all these operators will be impacted because they all took Prime membership. So this is just like a membership. I'm just for example I'm saying here, any changes made in this will be impacting all the subscribers. So just think this as membership and operators as subscribers. Okay, so any changes in the subscription will impact all the people. So please be aware when you're making any changes here. Now, do you see this application has a version? See, right, whenever we use any application, we always have multiple versions. Like, let's see your Windows operating system or Pega itself. So we have Pega 5, Pega 6, Pega 7, Pega 8. Now Pega 24 is also in the market. So similarly, WhatsApp, when they come up initially, it was version 1, then version 2, then version 3, now version 12. So on. So every application will have multiple versions just because they keep enhancing. Sometimes they launch with new versions. Okay, just as that is version number. So what is the version number of the application? Okay, so this is the version number. And we'll talk about what is an application and all now.
Nikhil, I have a quick question.
Sure,
So
please.
this version number is your custom version number, not the Pega's version number,
No, this
correct?
is not Pega's. I mean, like what you see on the screen is Pega's version number because this is Pega project. But generally, if you take any of our projects, okay, take
Right.
any other project like DM sample, do you see it has its own version number? It's a custom version number. So you can give it like 010. I'm like with dots we give 01.01.01.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's talk about what is an application in Pega. So this is application. Okay. I'm opening it from here. Okay. Now this is application. What is the name of it? DM sample. Now what exactly is an application? Application is nothing but just the project. So what is this? Amazon application, right? It's an application. You also have Amazon app, right? So now similarly, what is this Paytm? It's an application. All these are applications. Now what is an application exactly? It's just a product. Okay, this is also just a product. Now what is it containing? It is just made up of Code. All these lines of code is what Amazon application is all about. Similarly, all these lines of code is what Paytm application is all about, right? So similarly in Pega, what is an application? It's just a set of code that I have written. Okay, some code whichever I have written is what an application we call in Pega. If somebody asks you what is an application in Pega, it is nothing but application is a collection of rule sets. Okay, now what is a rule set? Let's open any rule set. Rule set means it's a collection of rules. Do you see rules here? 996 rules I have. Okay, now what is a rule? Any piece of code that I write is called as a rule in Pega. If I'm writing a function, it's a rule. If I'm building a screen, it's a rule. If I have written a flow, it's a rule. I created a report, it's a rule. I did a validation, it's a rule. So the piece of code that you write is called as rule in Pega. Okay, rule is Pega is nothing but the code that you have written. So this thing we call it as a rule in Pega. Okay, now let's go to the PPT once. Application means it's a collection of rule sets. Rule set means it's a collection of rules. We'll come back to classes. It's a collection of rules. Application means just a bunch of rule sets. Rule set means it's a bunch of rules. Now, what is a rule? Where is that? Shit. 1 second, guys. I think it's in this PPT. Yeah. Okay. Now, what is a rule? Anything which is executable, we call it as a rule. Functions, methods, flows, reports, validations, all these are rules. Means just the piece of code that you have written is called as a rule. Okay. Now, again, don't get confused between rules and data instances. Operator IDs, access groups, roles, they are not rules. They are data instances. Now, why they are not rules? You also created them from the Pega Dev Studio. You went to organization category, you created it. So why are they not rules? They are not rules because you don't run an operator ID, right? It is not a piece of code to run and get some output. See, if I run a function, I will give some input, I'll get some output. If I run a method, I get some output. If I run a flow, I will get some output. If I run a report, I'll get some report output. But operator ID, do you run it? No. When somebody will log in, they will give username, password. I will validate them and allow them to log in. There is no running of operator ID. Access group. It is just going to tell you what configurations this user has. You're not going to run access groups. Okay, so they are just records in the database. That's it. There's a table pr underscore operators, operator ID is stored. There's a separate table where access groups are stored, separate table where roles are stored. Actually, all are stored in pr underscore operators only, just telling you. So they are just only stored in the table. That's it. We don't run them. It is just only for validation purpose. When a user logs in, we use it. That's it. So they are data instances, guys. They are not rules. Never say operator ID is a rule, access group is a rule. No, 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 no. They are not rules. They are just some records in the DB. That's it. Whereas functions, methods, all these are rules. Now let me show you a small difference. See, this is a report definition which I'm opening. This is a rule in Pega. How do I know this is a rule? Go to actions. Do you see run button? Run. So I'm able to run it. So it is a rule. See, I got some output. It's a rule. Okay. Now take something like mm, nowadays flows are not having run button actually. They removed it. But let me try. Earlier days we used to have run button, but they removed it. Mm, 1 second. Okay. See, you will have a run button. When you have a run button, it's like it's a piece of code. You can run it. Okay. So this is a piece of code. We can run it. These are called as rules in Pega. Now look at operator ID and all these things. See, where is this? Operator ID. You can't run it. It is not a piece of code. Access group. You can't run it. It is not a piece of code. Okay. They are not rules. Okay, rules means you can run them, you get some output from them. They are called as rules. Whereas operators, access groups are just some records stored in the database. Now, just in a layman language, I'm telling you, take an Excel sheet. Okay, when you insert data, you normally insert data. But the same way, you can even use functions to calculate the sum of cells. You can use functions in Excel, right? So, function in Excel is a rule. Manually entered data is a data instance. So operators, access groups are just like data entered in an Excel sheet. They don't run and give you any output. Whereas functions used in an Excel sheet is a rule. They will run on those cells and they will give you some output. Okay. So there is a difference between rules and data instances. Once again, a quick recap. Every operator ID will have access group. Inside the access group, we will mention the application which the user can access. And what exactly is an application? Application is just a collection of rule sets. Okay, so what is a rule set? Rule set is just a collection of rules. Okay, now what is a rule? The code that you write in the application, which will run and which will give you the output, is a rule. Okay, so application is a bunch of rule sets. Rule set is just a collection of rules. Rule means the piece of code that you have written, which runs and gives you the output at runtime, is called as a rule. Anybody has any questions so far?
Nikhila, a quick
Yeah, hi
question.
Nikhila.
Let the lady complete first. She just started. Yes, please.
So, Nikhila, the rule in the rule sets we have rules, but for a application we need both data instances and rules. So
Yes.
where is the data instances here? Like where does it
So
get stored?
data instances are also tagged under a rule set. Okay. Why are they tagged? Although they are not rules and all, you will learn later. But if you click
Okay.
here, do you see
Mm-hmm.
where is this? Even operators, access groups, roles also you'll find
Mm-hmm.
here. Oh, why it is so maybe in this rule set it is not there. But
Okay.
generally, if you take any other rule set, hmm, which
So rule set will have both the
I mean,
rules
like
and data
generally we
instances.
tag them. We tag them, for deployment purpose. We tag it. I don't want to
Okay.
tell that right now and confuse you, but we
Okay.
generally tag it.
Okay.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Now the person who was having a question, please go ahead.
Yeah, Nikhila, I have one question. Like,
Sure.
so there is a, in the access group available rules is there. So below
Mhm.
there is two options is there. Can you just explain those? I didn't get what exactly that options will do. That
Which one?
check marks.
Portals and
Like,
roles. Is it
yeah.
when portal is the web page which the user sees when they log
No,
in,
no.
right?
Yeah, in the access group there is a available roles is there. No, in that enable
Roles.
configuration.
We will come back to
Yeah,
it.
both.
We haven't gone still there. We are still in the this one. After this, and then
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Okay, we'll go there.
yeah. Okay.
So now we are talking about application. So application means just a collection of rule sets, and rule set is just a collection of rules. Okay, fine. So what exactly it means is just talking in layman terms. Now this is an application. Now what is this application made up of? Some piece of code, to display the bestsellers, some piece of code to display the mobiles, some piece of code to display deals, some piece of code to display this. So how will you keep this code? Okay, now if let's say for example it's Amazon application. Now it has a lot of functionalities. If you see a lot and lot on the page is there. So if they put all the code in one single page, maybe it will be like more than 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 lines of code. So if a new developer comes and if he has to change anything, it will be very difficult for you to understand where to change, what to change, and everything. Right? It is very difficult. So what we do is we separate them into rule sets. So application, we separate them into rule sets. So what I do is I will create a rule set where I will keep all the code related to sell. I'll keep another rule set where I'll keep all the code related to bestsellers. I'll keep another rule set where I'll keep all the code related to mobiles. So just think that rule set is just a folder, guys. It's just a folder. Okay. So if Amazon is a parent folder, inside that I will have lot of child folders which are rule sets. So one folder for this, one folder for this, one folder for this, and so on. Now when a new developer comes, they said, hey, can you add something in the Prime tab? So what he will do, he will go to Prime folder, he will add content in that, so it is easy for him, right? So same way in Pega, we will have a lot of rules. Okay, when we build an application, thousands of rules we will be creating. So it is very difficult for us to organize the things. So in order to organize in a better way, what we do is we will create rule sets. So in this rule set, I will keep some X functionality. In this rule set, Y functionality. In this rule set, Z functionality. So we will sort and organize them like that. So it becomes easy for us to use in a longer run. Okay. So that is how we are keeping the code. Now take another small layman example. Okay. Let's say for example you have a mobile, right? You all have mobiles. Now in your mobiles I have lot of apps. Okay, lot of apps I'm having. Now what I will do is I will create a folder on my mobile screen one where I'm going to put, okay, all my what do you say, this OTT apps. So I'll keep my Prime here. Okay, I'll keep Hotstar. Okay, I'll keep Netflix. I'll keep, this Z5, all my OTT apps in one folder. Then I will keep all my UPI apps like Google Pay, Phone Pay, ATM, etc. at one place. Then I'll keep all my, the smart things apps like, app related to my AC to control AC from my phone, app related to my TV to control TV from my phone, app related to my, refrigerator, fridge. So all the smart things apps, IoT apps, I'm going to put here. So this is how we organize the phone, right? We don't just dump all the apps in one go, which becomes difficult for you to organize, right? So similarly, even in Pega, you guys are doing it in your day-to-day life. Then you don't expect me to do in my Pega project. We do it, right? So in the Pega project also, we have tons and tons of code which we keep writing every single day. So how do I organize the things? So what we do is we just create something called as application. In that application, I'll keep lot of rule sets. In this rule set, I'll keep rules, just organizing the rules. Like this, we keep the rules. It is exactly the way that you're organizing your apps. I will organize my code in Pega. Okay. So application will contain rule sets. Rule sets will contain rules. What is a rule? Any piece of code that we write in Pega is called as a rule. Can be function, can be a flow, can be a report, can be an method. So all these are called as rules in Pega. I'll just ask you to take a look at this for a minute and then ask me any questions. Application, rule sets, rules, and data instances. Take a look at this and then let me know if you have any queries.
Uh, Nikhila,
Sure.
so we have these rule sets. I mean, so predefined rule sets, or
Mm.
do we have to write?
No, you have to create your own rule sets. So when you create a new project in Pega, the LSAs, the senior most people in the team will decide what are the rule sets you need for this project. Now that is just like a base. See, when you build a building, you will just put some basic design, right? Okay, I need first floor this many pillars, second floor this many pillars. So the same way when you build a project in Pega, they will only give you the base rule sets. Okay, you need this many base rule sets. Now as you keep increasing the code and making enhancements in the project, you can create new rule sets whenever you want to create.
Okay.
We will be starting hands on next week, so then you will get a better picture of all these things. Now we
Okay.
need to learn some theory before we start the hands on. So that is the reason even the next one session will be theory. After that, we'll start the practicals, because we have to create an application. So you should know what an application is. We have to create rule set. So you should know what is a rule set is. We need operators to access the new application. So you should know what is operator and access group. So all these are necessary to kickstart building an application. That is the reason I'm covering the theory first. Now, anybody has any questions on application rule sets, rules, and data instances?
No, Nikhila.
Okay, perfect. Now, let's again do the navigation once so that we will understand the connectivity. Now, operator ID is here. Okay, his access group is here. His application is here. Okay, his application is here. Go here and say click on definition. His application is here. So if somebody asks you to open, can you please open the application once? Just go here, definition. Can you please open your access group once? Go here, access group. Can you please open your profile? Now here. Now what is a profile? So profile means all in one go you can see. So you can see what is my username, what is my password, all that information here. My access group here. My application and rule sets here. So all in one go is your profile. So instead of opening every single rule and looking at the things, all in one go you can see in the profile. So you can see operator details, you can see access group details, you can see your roles, you can see rule sets, everything you can see. All in one go you can see in the profile. Now be familiar with these navigations. Now as we are doing already operators and access groups for the last 2 days, you should be very comfortable in opening operators and access groups and application now. And the connectivity, operator ID contains access group inside it. Access group contains only one single application inside it. Application contains multiple rule sets inside it. Rule sets contain lot of rules inside them. Okay.
Akhila, do we have a limit? These many rules only can be
Nothing like that.
written.
No, 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 no. End of the day, every
Okay.
single rule is getting saved in the database only. So there is no limit.
I have a doubt.
Sure, please.
So for every application, there will be some kind of authentication, verification, and payment modes will be done. Do this come under rule set?
Yes, of course. All these
Yeah,
authentications
yeah,
and all comes under rules and rule set only. Every piece of code you write is a rule. Undoubtedly, it's a rule. A screen you build, it's
yeah.
a rule. A validation you do, it's a rule. Everything is a rule. Except, operators, access groups, these kind of things, everything is a rule.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, if
Thank you.
somebody asks you what is a rule, just tell them a piece of code that is executable, means which you can run. Okay, so the executable thing is called as a rule in Pega. So what is an application? It's a collection of rule sets. Rule set is a collection of rules. Now what is a rule? Anything which you can execute in Pega, we call it as a rule, which you can run. When you run and get some output, that is called as a rule. I run a function, I get an output. I run a report, I get an output. So these are called as rules. Now, what are data instances? They are just records in the database. Operator ID, it's a record in the database. I don't run it and get some output. Access group, a record in the database, nothing to run and get output. So those are called as data instances. Now simple guys, you take this Paytm example only. Where is this Paytm recharge? Okay. Now look at this. What is this? It's a data instance. Do you run them? Do you get any output from them? No. It's blindly a data instance. You look at this, you purchase it. That's it. Now, when you click on proceed to recharge, the next screen will come, right? Where you enter the, money, the card details, the UPI details, and you do it. So that is a rule. So when you click on submit, it will send you an OTP. It will deduct your money from the bank. All those are rules. But this one is not a rule. It is just a data instance. You look at it and you use it. That's it. So operator ID, access groups are just looking at them, and you're giving authentication to the user. So they are all data instances. They are not rules. They are just like these, just to look at and validate. Okay. Any questions on this area?
No, no, it's clear.
Okay. Anybody from non-technical background still not clear? Okay, perfect. Because if you're not strong at your basics, trust me, tomorrow is going to be much tough for you. So make sure you have complete clarity when you're dealing with the basics. Now, the next thing is portals. Okay, we are going back to this again. This access group thing. Okay, I'm taking up one by one. So first we discussed about application. Now we are discussing about portal. Now, what is a portal? Portal means it is just a web page. That's it. It is just a web page that you're seeing when you log into the application. Okay, just the web page that a user can see upon logging into the application. So what is this? This is my portal because I'm a user of Amazon. If I'm a seller of Amazon, my portal will be different, right? Similarly, I'm a user of Paytm. This is my portal. If I'm a developer of Paytm, I will see the code. If I'm a manager of Paytm, I'll see my team members, reports, some metrics, compliance, non-compliance things. All those things I will see, right? If I'm an admin of Paytm, I will see servers, nodes, background jobs, etc. I will see. So portal means the screen that you see when you log into a project. Now, when you log in into Gmail, what do you see? Inbox, outbox, sent items. What is that? That is your portal because you're a user of Gmail, right? See, like this, the portal differs from person to person depending upon what kind of role you are playing in that particular application. See, now if I log in into GoToMeeting, what I will see? I will see all the meetings that I have hosted, the schedule time and all. Will you see that? No, it is yours is different. Because I am a host of this meeting, I have different options on my screen. So my portal is different from your portal. Portal means the web page that I see when I log in into any application. Okay. Now look at this. Gmail user will see the output of Gmail, right? So he will see inbox, outbox, trash, spam, etc. Gmail developers will see development portal where they can write the code or change the code. Gmail managers will see manager portal where they can see reports, metrics, approval requests, all such kind of things, right? So everybody here is accessing Gmail. As it is it right? He is also accessing Gmail. He is also accessing Gmail, and manager is also accessing Gmail. But the content that is displaying varies from person to person because of the portal. Okay, so portal means the web page a person will see when he logs into an application. That is called as a portal. Okay, now how is this portal changing from person to person? It is all present in the access group. The users of Gmail will have user access group, Gmail colon user. In that you will give application name as Gmail, portal as user portal. Admins of Gmail or developers of Gmail will have Gmail colon admin. Inside that you will have Gmail application, admin portal or developer portal. Similarly, this one. So you are creating access groups and you're mapping portals inside it like this. You're mapping. Okay, so you will decide, okay, these guys are admins, give them this portal. Okay, these guys are developers, give them this portal. Okay, these guys are managers, give them these portals. So you will configure like that so that when they log in, they will see only those portals. Okay, now this default button means when I log in, by default developer will come, but I can switch to other portals like this. So here also, here you will find studios, here you will find additional portals. Okay, so manager portal will be like this. See, he can see team members, he can see items in the queue waiting for him for approval. So he can see documents, reports like this manager portal. So, only studios will come here. Additional portals which you have customized and which you have built, they will come here. Okay, I will build a custom portal for Paytm managers, Paytm users, Paytm admins. So those custom portals you will see here, which you customized and you designed from the scratch. The built-in studios you will find here. Okay, and one that you mark as default will come by default when you log in, and you can switch between them by launching like this. You can switch like this. Okay, so portal means just a web page that a person will see when he logs in. And in a one project, you can have as many portals as you want. Let's say I'm building a application for Apollo Hospital. They asked me two portals, one for the nurses and doctors, another one for the front help desk. So some people will sit in the reception, right? That for them. So I'll build two portals for them. So like this, depending upon your project, depending upon the users, you may build as many portals as the customer wants, and you'll be mapping them here. Okay, so Apollo colon front desk will have one portal. Apollo colon medical practitioners will have a different portal. Have a look at it. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, please go on mute if there are no questions. I hear some background noise.
Hi, Nikhila.
Hello.
Nikhila, one person can have multiple access to the portals, right? So
Yes,
he can
yes.
able to switch the portals.
Yes, 100%. You can see here, I'm adding a lot of portals and I can launch them.
Hmm.
I can add as many as I want. Like this is a yeah, admin, right? So let's say, for example,
Hmm.
here I'm adding now case worker portal. Okay, save it. Just, oh, I'm not authorized. Okay, you're not supposed to change this. But once, if you just log in with your application, okay, there you'll have the access to change. So if you add it, you save it, it will come here. Along with case manager, even case worker will come here.
Hmm.
So you can add.
Nikhila, as we can see here, there is a bullet point because
I told you,
we
right, the
have
default
under the
one.
available.
Right,
Acha, that's
that
a
is
D.
default. So which one you want to put it as default? So let's say I'm an admin. I want this by default, and these are all optional. If I want to switch, I will switch. This is default.
Okay, okay, okay.
Is somebody?
Hello, Nikhila.
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, why will you get this error? Like when I try to change yesterday, I'm also
See,
getting the same.
you
I
are
want to know
right
the
now
reason.
in Pega's OOTB application. Okay, these are Pega's default credentials for everybody to, log in and do everything. So Pega doesn't permit you to make any changes. Okay, but when you build your application, when you become the administrator of your project, you can make your changes. So in the next session, we'll do practicals, right? There you will be able to see. These are OOTB credentials given by Pega. So if you hamper them, it will be you can't access the Pega tool again. So that is the reason they don't allow you to do. They kept some privileges and roles to prevent you from changing all these kind of things. But when you create your own application, you can change all
Okay.
these things.
So and also regarding access groups also, we will be creating our own access groups
Yes,
as
when you
well
create your new
while
application,
creating the
everything will be your
application.
own.
Okay.
Okay. Now, once again, a quick recap. Yes, somebody has a question.
Hello, Nikhila.
Mhm.
I have a question. I think this the application is set of rule sets. Sometime one application built on another application as well
Mm.
is possible now.
Yes, 100%. So if you look at this, do you see built on applications? So one application can be built on top of another application. So you can mention that built on application here. And when you build your project is built on Pega, right? So you will have,
Yes.
let me show you, I will show you one of my existing applications. Mm. See, I have built something like Go IBBO. Okay. Now in Go IBBO, you can see built on application is coming as theme Cosmos. Now if you open theme Cosmos, okay, built on application is coming as Pega rules. Okay, so what is Pega rules? This one only. Pega's built-in code. All the Pega's built-in code is Pega rules. Now, what is theme Cosmos? This look and feel. See, when you log in into Gmail, you have themes, right? The background, the font, the colors, the images, and all. When you log in into YouTube, you can put a theme. So, similarly in Pega, we have UI kit, some UI related thing, which is called as theme Cosmos. Okay, so theme Cosmos is nothing but the look and feel of the application. The font, the colors, the options you see on the screen, the background images, all that. So the basic the UI of the application of Pega application is that theme Cosmos. It's a UI kit. We call it as UI kit. So it's like this your application is built. So my application is built on Pega's theme Cosmos, and Pega's theme Cosmos is again built on Pega's Pega rules. So like this, we'll have built-on applications in real time.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Now just a quick recap again. So here you will find the application. Click on it and set definition. Application is always a collection of lot of rule sets, and rule set is always a combination of rules. And rule means any piece of code which is executable, which you can run, is called as a rule in Pega. Okay. Now, in order to grant access to an application, you should always create an access group. In the access group, you have to mention the application name. You have to mention the portal. Now, I can add as many portals I want. I can't add as many applications as I want in the access group. I can add as many portals as I want. And whichever portal is selected by default, that becomes a default portal. Others are additional portals which you can switch whenever you want. Okay. Now, any questions so far? Okay. Now, there may be a question like this. If I want a person to have access to multiple applications, how will you do that? Anybody from the session? If I want a person to have access to multiple projects, how will you do that? Like project X and project Y and
Mm,
project Z. Yes, please.
We
in
can add it
access
in
group,
the access
Add
group.
access
We
group.
can
Yes.
we can give access groups,
Access.
Multiple access group.
multiple access groups,
One operator can have access to
multiple
multiple
access
access.
groups.
That guy who said one operator can have access to multiple access group, that is correct. Others, everybody is saying access group. Where in the access group you will give it, man? No, where will you add it? It's only one, right? No. Please, I mean, like maybe it's in your mind, but phrase it properly. In the operator ID, give multiple access groups. In the access group, you will have different applications. Okay. So although you have the answer, conveying it to the other party is very important. So in the operator ID, add multiple access groups. In each access group, configure a different application. Okay, now that is perfect. Now, do I always use multiple access groups only for multiple applications? No, not really. Let's say, for example, in the same PRPC project, okay, I have system architect means developers, okay. In the same PRPC project, I have managers, only this, sorry, managers. So even an operator ID can have different access groups which are connecting to the same project. See, this application connects me to same application. This access group also connects me to the same application. This access group also connects me to the same application. Then why are you giving different things like this? The reason is this person wants to be an administrator. He is also a developer in my project and he is also a manager of my project. So he wants all three access groups. Now you may be thinking, you can go to the access group and simply map the portals, right? Why am I adding here? You tell me, guys. You tell me why am I doing this? Let me clear everything. See, uh, 1 second. Don't answer. Let me tell you. I mean, like, let me ask you, then you can answer. So I have a person, okay, person one. Okay, so for person one, I want three different portals. So three different portals I want: one, two, and three. And for three different portals, there are two ways to configure it. Okay, there are two ways to configure it. One, you give him access group of admin. You give him access group of managers, and you give him access group of developers. This is one way because he wants three different portals. The other way is, okay, this person, okay, he can have only one access group. One second. He can have only one access group called as developers, and inside this access group, okay, let's do 1 second. I'll remove this. He has access group colon developers, and inside this access group I can map three different portals, right? Portal, okay, what all portals I can give? All three portals I can give him: admins, developers, managers. Oh, how come? Okay, fine, it went down, that's okay. Yeah, can you tell me which approach is better or why? Or can we use both?
I think the first approach is
First one
better.
is better.
Why is that so?
Go with
Person
the
approach.
second one. Remaining operators also will get
Uh,
other
If we
no.
go with the second
affecting.
one, then in that case, if we assign a developer group to anyone, they will have the access of entire admin, manager, and all. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why we go with the first one.
Anybody else? Any other answers?
Rather than creating many portals,
Mm.
it's better to go with first approach maybe.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, Nikhil, actually, I think it depends on the number of users. If it
Mm-hmm.
has, I mean, more number of users, the approach person two is good. If it is a
Mm.
less number of users, approach person one is good.
Okay. Now let me tell you.
Uh,
Nikhila, I have a question here. So,
Let,
approach.
uh,
let's
So,
complete this
Nikhila,
answer. We'll come back to questions, please. Okay.
no,
So,
it is related to this only.
sure, please.
Because when a person two is giving access to the different portals,
Mm,
right,
mm,
in one under one access group
mm,
here, but here we are in a person one, we are giving a separate accesses for admins, managers, and developers. Is this something related to the level of access is different from
No,
this
no, 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 no.
portals?
No, no, it remains the same. It's just all about the portals he's getting.
Okay, then second approach is better.
So
Okay.
My yes.
my answer is probably the first approach is better because you
Mm,
are all the three roles differently, like admin, access,
mm,
manager, and developer. So any particular time, if you want to
mm,
revoke any
mm.
particular one privileges, set of privileges, you can revoke it.
Okay.
And secondly, if you do the second approach, and then if you give this particular access to all other developers, then everybody becomes admin, managers, and
Mm,
developers.
correct.
So that's the
So,
first approach.
yes, exactly right. So, the same answer I remember I got from two other people in the starting. I think it is Madhu and somebody else. So that is exactly right, guys. So I'm not recollecting the name. Let me tell you. See, this okay, Ashu. I remember. I think Ashu also. It was Ashu who also answered. Yes, Ashu. So let me tell you why the first approach is correct. See, in the first approach, guys, please go on mute. It is echoing. In the first approach, I'm granting him access to multiple access groups. In the second approach, in one single access group, I'm adding all the three portals. Now remember, any changes you make in the access group is going to impact all other developers. So just because I'm testing, okay, I added admins, developers, managers, all three portals or all four portals to my access group to my operator ID. Now, is it impacting only me? No. All the people who are using that access group, everybody is getting admin, developer, manager, whatever, everybody is getting it now. So there is a chance people may misuse it. So why are you giving unnecessary access to everybody? No, right? Out of the team, only one person is playing the role of admin, manager, and developers. Rest of the people are only admins, only managers, or only developers. So if you change something in the access group like this, it is going to grant access to everybody who is tagged to that access group, right? So that is not a good approach. This is not a good approach because everybody is getting the unnecessary access where there are chances of misusing it. So give access only to one single person, we give it like this. And the benefit with this is it is like plug and play. So today he is the admin, manager, and developer. I plugged him through access groups. Tomorrow he is no longer doing development because he went to next level management. So I want to remove this access group. I can just simply remove this access group from his operator ID. Next, what happens? He is no longer an admin also. He is purely playing the role of a manager. So I will remove this as well. So now he will have only manager access group and he will work on it. But whereas if you tag it in an access group, for everybody you have to add, for everybody you have to remove. Why are you impacting everybody for the sake of one person? Okay, so do not touch access groups for the sake of one person. If you think this is something common for everybody, like all my developers need admin access group, do it in the access group level. All my developers need manager access group, do it in the access group level. But only one single person needs admin, manager, developer access group, do it in the operator level. Okay, so depending upon your requirement, do this. Don't blindly follow, mapping everything to a person. So whatever approach it is depends on your requirement only. Everybody needs that, put it in the access group. Only one person needs it, put it in the operator ID. Is it clear? Anybody has any questions on this?
Yeah, Nikhila, is there any master level of access in the Pega? Like, I mean, where he would be able to access all the groups? Like,
No, you will not be. Nothing like that. You just have to configure what access groups you need. Or in the access group, you can keep it like a master access group. One access group, you can keep it like a master access group, putting everything inside it. And that master access group, you give only to certain set of people. So that way you can configure.
Can we link one access group to other access group like
We
having
can't.
different other applications?
No, 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 we can't.
Hello.
You are audible. Please tell
Uh,
me.
yes, yes. My question is, for example, different types of access created the admin or developer anyone, but in case of different types of developer, it will be changed to the anyone. It is after that only one person, but only for all members is also any change, but sometimes is also access group only for admin of 10 members. Okay, just only for create to the 10 members of only admin related that one. That is better off in the second one, I think, maybe.
Like the approach that we have discussed here, you're saying, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, this is better.
Yeah,
That is
that is,
what I'm telling. This
no,
is
no, no.
like,
I think it's that.
hmm? So this is like plug and play. Whatever you want, you will add him now. Tomorrow, what you don't want, you will remove it. But if you do it here, it is impacting multiple people, not just a single person. So this is better generally.
Nikhila, I mean, one more question. Can you please show us, like, I mean, how to create a new access group with
Yes,
different
Krishna.
access?
So tomorrow, and as I told you, we are going to start the practical. So then we will do all these things. Okay. Anyways, just I'll show you the navigation, how to
Okay.
create and all. So if you want to create operators, I have shown you yesterday. Like you have to go to create organization operator ID, or take an existing operator ID, save as, or go to records explorer. Always it is organization operator ID. So organization operator ID, or expand it operator ID, like this. This is for operator ID. Guys, please go on mute. Somebody is not on mute. Now, how about access group? How to create a new access group? Same concept. Take the existing access group and do a save as. One easy approach. Just take this, save as. Oh, I don't have privileges to do from here. So they are not allowing me. I can log in into any of my existing applications and do it. Let me show you. Okay. I just took some existing access group. Easy way. Just do a save as. Instead of authors, I will call it as, managers. Create. I already have it. Okay. Let me call it as MGRS. So that's it. Save it. New access group is created. This is one way, like saving an existing one. Now, how do I create something from the scratch? Go to Records Explorer. Under Security category, you will find access groups. Access group. Okay. Right click, create. Give some name. Generally, the naming convention of access group is application name colon role. So we'll call it as admins. Create. Now, which application? Take it from the down arrow. Please don't type it. Always in Pega, take anything from the down arrow only. See, if you type like this, let's say for example, I typed like this, okay, and I gave like this. Okay, let's say I also gave the portal admin, right? Admin studio I need. Where is the admin studio? Here. Okay. Now I click on save. Now you will be banging your head. Okay, I'll give the user role as well. Some user role I'm giving. Okay, it's saved, but ideally, it will not work properly because look at this. C is lowercase letter, but in my actual application claim, C is uppercase letter. This uppercase, lowercase letters and spelling mistakes matter a lot. So although it's saved in runtime, you'll face issues. Okay, it will not work. So always make a habit of taking things from the down arrow if they are populating. So always do like this. So application name, version, portal, and some rules. That's it. Done. Easy. Application access group creation is done. The same way you can do from here. Right click on security, create access group. Give some name, get inside application portal role. That's it. Or from here, security access group. Give some name, get inside application portal role. That's it. So this simply you can create access groups. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, got it, Nikhil. And one more question.
Mhm.
So, I mean, instead of going through all this navigation, like, I mean, we are going to record securities, access groups. So instead of that, is there a way to search that direct functionality, like with just
Yeah, you've
we are
shown me,
trying to
right?
create an access group directly? Can we?
No, you have to go to these categories. I mean, like every rule falls under a
Okay, okay,
category here. So wherever you are, you should and must go to security. Like either from here or from here or from here, wherever you are. Like suppose I'm creating from here. Still I have to go to security access group. That way I have to navigate.
okay.
So as you keep working, the navigation will, it will be pretty easy for you. We are used to that.
Thank
Okay. Okay. So let's take a break for 10 minutes, guys. It's 8:22. Take a break till 8:32. Then we'll come back and we'll discuss something else. Okay. So let's take a break. What is this? My key is not typing. Okay. Okay. Let's connect back in 10 minutes and we'll resume.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. Back after the break. Let's quickly recap what we have done before we jump to the next topic. So we learned about operator ID in Pega. It's just a record in the database, it's a data instance. We store all the personal and professional information about the user, and the most important thing is the username and the password. Every operator is going to have an access group. You can have one or multiple. Whichever is selected, that is a default access group. And inside the access group, we keep application name, portals, and rules. And application is just a combination of rule sets. Rule set is again a collection of rules. And one or many portals you can have, whatever is selected by default, that becomes your default portal. And roles you'll be adding here. We'll talk about roles later. Okay. Now I've shown you how to create operators and how to create access groups. Okay. Now we'll dive deep more into these rule sets today. So if you open the application from here, you can see it's just a collection of rule sets. Now if you open the rule set like this, you can see every rule set is having something called as versions. Okay. So every rule set, especially if you see, Pega rule sets, they have a lot of versions. Just because this is a POC, in my application, I only had only 3 versions. But if you look at Pega's rule sets, they will have lot 30, 40, 50 rule sets or more. So we'll, sorry, versions or more. So we'll talk about rule set versions first. What exactly is a rule set version? Why are you giving numbers like this? Why some rules are here, and some here? We'll talk about it. Okay. So rule set is nothing but it is just a folder which has rules inside it, right? Suppose I created a screen, it will be kept in a rule set. I created a validation, it will be kept inside a rule set. I created a flow, it will be kept inside a rule set. Because rule set is just like a folder where I have to keep all my application code. application code, everything should be in a rule set only. You don't have any other option. Okay, if I'm creating any rule in Pega, it should and must be in a rule set. It's mandatory. Okay. Now every rule set will have versions. Now what exactly is that version? See, right, whenever we launch any product, initially we will launch the basic version. Then I will see, if my users are using it, then I'll try to give them more features by enhancing it. Again, my users came up with some defects, I will fix it. Again, I came up with some new enhancements. So like that, every project, every application will have enhancements, right? WhatsApp, in the initial days, it was only for chatting. Then they started giving us WhatsApp status. Now they give us, you can even post some ads through WhatsApp. You can put a catalog in WhatsApp. You have WhatsApp business, a different thing. So like this, WhatsApp UPI payments we have. So all this were not there when WhatsApp was launched initially, right? So day by day, they are improving. So you can just say, which version of WhatsApp you're using. So maybe version 1, version 2, version 3, version 4, version 5. So we will have versions like this. So version 5 has more features than version 4. Version 4 has more features than version 3, and so on, right? Similarly, we are also developers, right? So when I'm building a project, in my project also I will have versions. So in version 1, I only gave a screen where the user can enter first name, last name, email ID, and country name and state name. In version 2, what I thought is like, let me make country name and state name as a drop down. If I'm asking the users to type country and state, some people are typing as United States of America, some people are typing as USA, some people are typing as US. So it is getting difficult for me to identify. So I thought, let me give it as a drop down so that they can select it. Similarly, when I ask for phone number, some people are giving hyphens in between. Some people are giving +1, +91 in the starting. So everybody is following their own formats. So let me myself add a drop down for the country, and when they select the country, the initial number, the country code will auto populate, and they should only enter the phone number. So like this, we always keep making enhancements in the project. Okay. So initial version of the code will be version 1. The next enhancement will be version 2. Next enhancement will be in version 3. Maybe you got a defect fix will be version 4. So like this we will create versions in Pega as well. Even whichever tool or technology you take Java, .NET, Python, wherever you go, everybody has this versioning concept. Okay, because initial code will be version 1, later we'll put it as version 2, version 3, version 4. Now you may be thinking, why do you want to maintain so many versions? Why can't you build it in the same version, right? So let's say, for example, I was having a screen as I told you. So this is version 1. Let's name it as version 1. One second. This is going to be version 1. Okay. And this is the screen of version 1. And here the person is entering name, country, state, and phone number. So all these were text boxes. Okay, you just gave boxes to the user to enter all this data. Okay, whatever, just boxes like this to enter the data. Now you encountered an issue with the phone number. Everybody was giving, some people are giving country code, some people are not giving country code, some are giving hyphens, some are giving spaces. And similarly, countries and states, everybody's writing in their own spelling mistakes or maybe own shortcuts. They are writing. So it is getting difficult for me to segregate the data. So what I thought is, let me make these two as drop downs, and based on the country selected, let me auto populate the you know country code +1, +91, +61, whatever it is. Let me auto populate the country code, I thought. So I can make the same changes here. Okay, I can convert this into a drop down, this into a drop down, and add things here. But let's say, for example, some defect came. Now phone number is not allowing them to type. Maybe some defect came here. Now what will happen? All my users will be impacted. Oh my god, we are not able to type phone number in this box, there is some error. So everybody is in a everybody is panicking, this application is not working. And after some time what will happen? They will even stop using the application, right? I will lose the user base. So what we have to do is, immediately you have to fix it, immediately you have to fix it. So if it is a minor issue, I can fix it overnight. What if there's a major issue, some major issue in the project? I'm not able to fix it one night. It is taking days and days for me to identify why this is not working. What will happen? In the meanwhile, people will stop using the application. They will start using some other application, and you will lose the user base, right? So let's say this is a hospital application. Okay. So they are facing issue while registering or booking a appointment in this hospital. So what they will do, okay, we are not able to book a slot in this, let's move to different hospital. So slowly, you will use the customer base. So instead, what you can do is, in version 1 you build this, the basic thing where you have all the text boxes and all. And in version 2, okay, so same thing you can give in version 2. Okay, name, country, okay, state, and phone number. So for country, I'm going to put a drop down. Okay, I'll just uh, any other icon. I'm just checking. Okay, let's say this. Like, okay, you will put a drop down for for name. For name, it's a normal text box. Okay, for country, it's a drop down. The user can select the value from a list. For state, it's a drop down. The user can select a value from the list. For phone number, automatically that +1 or +91 or something will get populated. Okay, here like this we have enhanced it. Now some issue came with this new design. Everybody is panicking. So what I can do, just not to lose my user base, what I can do is, I can simply roll back this code. I will simply roll back this code. Then what is there? My old project is there, and all my customers can use my old application, and they can continue using my old application. This way I'm not losing my customer base, right? Some defect came, some issue came, within 5 minutes I rolled back my code. Now users will use the old application as it was, and they will continue using my project. In the meanwhile, I can fix the defect, I can come back, and I can deploy it again, like this, right? So that is the benefit of having versions. If you have versions, version 1 will have old code, version 2 latest, version 3 next latest, version 4 next latest, version 5 next latest. Something went wrong, simple rollback. Project will work as it was working earlier. At least I don't lose the customer base, right? So that is the concept of versions, guys. Versions means just to maintain a backup copy of the code. So if something goes wrong, quickly you can roll back, and the users can use the old application as it was. Okay, just a backup copy, just a restore point. Okay, so that you can just go back and let the users use the application as it was. So every rule set will have versions, like WhatsApp was having versions, Windows had versions, right? Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows, you have a lot of versions of Windows. So every application will have Windows. It is common. Because you're enhancing, you will have versions. Now why are you keeping versions? It's a restore point. If something goes wrong, I can go back to the old version, and I can use the application as it was. If I don't have versions, how can I roll back? There is no restore point for me. Okay, so that is the reason we have versions. Like you see, WhatsApp launched version 1, version 2, version 3. Suddenly version 3 is not working in mobiles. Okay, then what they will do, they will simply remove version 3 and let everybody use version 2 from the App Store or Play Store. So they will not lose the user base. Okay, so that is rule set version concept. Now how are versions in Pega? So versions means just numbers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But in Pega, we follow a syntax: number hyphen number hyphen number, nn hyphen nn hyphen nn. Why are you giving three numbers? Why can't you give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 normal numbers you can give, right? But till where you will go, man? Generally projects are very old. You can see projects which are like for 7 years, 8 years, 9 years old also in the industry. So every month we work on an enhancement. It's common. Every month we get a new enhancement. They will not make us sit idle. So you will start with version 1, next month version 2, next month version 3, which means per year you're deploying 12 versions. So within 5 to 6 years or something, you will reach version 100. So after that 101, 102, does it make any sense? What is this 100 version, 101 version? It's not good, right? So what we do is we follow syntax nn hyphen nn hyphen nn. We call it as major version hyphen, minor version hyphen, patch version. Okay, even if you check your versions of some of the apps, they are like this only 01.01.01. You'll find the versions. Okay, so even people will maintain the versions in three different numbers 01.01.01. In Pega it is hyphens 01 hyphen 01 hyphen 01 will maintain. Now why are you maintaining three numbers? What is the benefit with this? The benefit is whenever we are making only minor enhancements, we will increase the last number. So first time I'm launching my application 010101. Now some new enhancements or some new defect fix 010102 last number is increasing. Okay. Again a new enhancement 03 last number only. Again a new enhancement 04 last number only. Till 99 we will go 010199. After 99 we will increase the center number. Center number 02 again 01020304 till 99. Like this till 99, 99 we will go, then the major number will increase. Okay, this is how generally all agile teams are following. Okay, but theoretically what Pega says is if you are doing any small minor changes in the project, increase the last number. If there is any minor functionality change in the project, increase the middle number. If there is a drastic change in the project, increase the major version. So this is theoretically told. Okay, but we people generally, if you work in any Pega real time project, 90% of the times we are only increasing the patch version. We reach 99, then we increase the minor version, again we reach the next number, so on and on and on we are doing. Okay, and now when is my major version changing? My major version is changing only when we do a upgrade. Like initially my project is in Pega 6, now I move to Pega 7, I will increase my major version. From Pega 7, I moved to Pega 8. I'll increase my major version. From Pega 8, I went to Pega 23 or Pega 24. I'll increase my major version. So only in those scenarios we are increasing major. In certain scenarios, we are not even increasing the major also. It depends on company to company and team to team. Okay. So in day-to-day life, every day people are increasing only the patch versions. Okay, so theoretically you learn that first one is major, second is minor, third is patch. Patch means only for defect fixes, minor means any functionality changes, major means any drastic change in the application like upgrades and all we do only from theoretical point of view. But in day to day life everybody is just increasing only the patch versions. Okay, so initially 010101, then 02, then 03, then 04, and so on and on. Okay, now let me explain you how exactly this works. So in 010101 I created some rules. Now after creating the rules you will test it. If it is working as expected, what will you do? You will deploy it to QA, UAT, SIT and production. Now there are many non-IT people in the training who don't know what is QA, UAT, SIT and production and what is deployment. So let me explain you that first. So in real time, same Pega software will be installed on 4 machines. Okay, one is called as dev, one is called as QA, one is called as UAT, and one is called as production. The same Pega software will be installed on 4 servers: dev, QA, UAT, production. What is dev? Dev is a place where developers will do coding. Okay. Now, after developer is done with the coding, somebody has to test the code, right? So QA team means quality analysis team. Okay. So they will test your code. Guys, please go on mute. Let me complete it. Okay. So just like you might have seen when they make a phone or when they make a car, they will test it, right? So when they make a phone, they'll dip it in water. They'll put it on. I mean, like they'll showcase all their features. It will not anything not happen when you dip it in water. Nothing will happen when exposed to fire. Nothing will happen when it falls down. So they do all kind of testing, right? Similarly, when they launch a new vehicle, they will drive so fast. They'll go and hit something. Are the airbags opening or not? What is the safety ratio? All that they will do testing, right? Similarly, when we even build a software product, we are testing it. Okay, so for testing we have a separate team who will do the testing. The person who makes an iPhone will not test it. The person who makes a car will not test it. Testers are different, developers are different. Okay, so testers are going to try in all possible ways to break the code. So QA is a place where tester will test the code to find defects. Okay, now if any defects are found, they will tell dev team and dev team will fix it and again push the code to QA. Now, what is UAT? After QA testing is completed, we will have another set of people from the business side. Okay, from the business side, we'll have, and business means like the people who are actually using the product. Okay, so from the business side, we will have testers, business side, business users, you can say business users will test the code. Again, company to company it differs, guys. For some people, UAT means the employees of the company itself. For some people, it is business users. Okay. Anyways, just think it like another round of testing. Okay. So even if any defects are missed here, again we are going to find the defects here. Okay. Now after UAT is also run, means after 2 levels of testing, if you think the code is perfect, then we will keep the code in production. So production means where actual users of the application will start using the code or application or the new application features. Okay, so like this in real time we will have 4 environments: dev, QA, UAT, production. So dev means here also Pega software will be installed. They will do the application building. So once it is built, it is tested, it is working fine, we will extract the code and we will put the code in QA environment and we will mail the QA team, guys, start testing it. They will test it. If no defects are found, dev team will again take the code and put it in UAT and we'll tell them, guys, please start testing. They will test it. If everything is good, then we will put it in production. And then people like you and me will start using the application. So whatever applications we see today, Amazon, okay, this is actually production. Production means end users like you and me are using it. Paytm, that is production. Netflix, that is production. So all these are production means like where actual people are using it, they're called as production environments. Okay. So now we will deploy the code like this. Anybody has any questions on this? Akshara, any questions? Sunil, any questions? Dinesh, Sai, any questions?
No,
No,
so this
Nikhila.
work comes under
No,
SDLC.
No, Nikhila.
Okay.
No,
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 Nikhila. Let me
Nikhila.
just.
Okay. Okay. Fine, guys. Now let's move ahead. So now this is how we keep deploying we deploy the code. So first you will make the changes, you will put it to QA, then UAT, or some people will also have SIT, guys. Okay, like third level of testing. It's again optional. Okay, not every company is going to have SIT. SIT is rare. Maybe like 20% of the companies will have SIT, rest nobody will have SIT. We only have QA, UAT, and then production. If you want one more round of testing, you can also keep SIT. So first I'll make my code changes in 010101 and I'll deploy it to QA. If all good, then UAT. If all good, then SIT. If all good, then production. Now after deployment, okay, I got some enhancement. My client was very happy. Okay, guys, let's do this next feature now. So he gave me a new requirement. I started working on it. Now this one I am not going to do in 010101. I am going to do it in 02. Now done. QA, UAT, SIT, production, deployed. Now some issue came. Users are not able to use the application, not able to move forward. Then what I will do? I will simply remove 02 from the application. Then what will happen? 01 is anyways there. The old application version is anyways there. Users will continue using the old application as it is without any impact, right? So this is the benefit of having versions. Now I will fix it later. I will again deploy the code. Now it is working as expected. I'll start working on 03 now. Again, I'll make the code changes. If any issue, I will roll back 03 and 02 will be there and it will work as expected. So this is the reason we maintain versions in real time, so that if something goes wrong, I always have a backup copy to sustain. If I don't have a backup copy, that's it, gone. Okay, think about applications like banking and all. If they don't have backup copy, it's such a major issue, right? You will lose all the users information, their bank balance information, their credit scores, and how much loan they took, how much EMI you lose all that information. So it is mandatory to have a backup for us. Okay, so we will maintain versions like this, and always remember that all the rules of an application will not be in the same version, which means, let's say for example, in January I'm working on some project. Okay, I created 10 rules. Where is my pointer? I created 10 rules in 010101 version. 10 rules are there in this. Okay, code is deployed, working as expected. In 02 version, okay, I have to do some defect fix. Okay, so out of these 10 rules which are deployed in January, only two rules were having issue. There is some defect in two rules. So what I will do is, out of 10, only two rules I am going to put in 02 and fix the 10 and fix the defect. So 01 version has two rules. 01 version has 10 rules. Out of this 10, only two I kept in 02 and I fixed them. Okay, so 10 rules are lying in 01, only two rules are lying in 02, and 03 I got an enhancement and I kept some 5 rules here. Out of these 5, 3 are from 01 version and 2 are new rules. So which means that, just try to understand that all the rules will not be carried to every version. Like I have 10 rules in 01. I'm not going to save all the 10 to 02 again, and all the 12 to 03 again, and all the 17 to 04. No, we are not going to do that. So in 01, I kept 10 rules. In 02, only two rules may be save as, or some new rules will come. In 03, maybe some new rules or save as of existing rules. So only whatever rule needs modification, we will keep them in the latest versions. We are not going to carry all the rules to next versions. Okay, so just try to understand that. This is 01 hyphen 01 hyphen 01.
Nikhila,
Mhm.
one small doubt. Means
Yes,
all the rules we are not going to save to next patch means all
exactly.
the working fine rules will be same like that only, right?
Exactly. All the rules which are working fine will remain in the old versions only. You will not copy them or carry them to the next versions. You will only carry them when you want
So
a defect fix or when you want an enhancement.
so the earlier code will be in the 01 version. What are the defect or there? It has got
Defects
enhanced
or
and it will be
enhancements.
in
Yeah,
zero
they
two.
carry to 02.
Okay, okay.
Hey, for example, I'm putting only screens, but rules means it can be screens, flows, functions, reports, it can be anything. Okay, just don't think only screen. Just for example, I'm putting only screens here. So 01 version was having 4 screens. Okay, screen 1, screen 2, screen 3, screen 4. Now in 02 version, okay, I got an enhancement. Okay, I got an enhancement telling that in screen 3, let's put an image, let's put a video, let's put some hyperlink. I got some enhancements. So only screen 3 will be kept in 02 version. Rest of them will stay back in their old versions as they are. You're not going to bring them to you're not going to bring them to 02 until and unless they have any enhancement. Now again next version is 03. Okay. In 03, no enhancements. They told me, hey, let's build a complete new screen, man. Where we can give some, order history details and all for the user. So screen 5 is completely new, which didn't exist earlier. So it is there in 03. And along with this, they told, hey, let's also update that screen 1 with some other things. So screen 1. So like this, only enhancements will be kept in the later versions. So here screen 1, 2 to 3 and 4. Here only screen 3 got upgraded. Here screen 5 and screen 1 got upgraded. So only rules which involve changes will be kept in the later versions. Otherwise you will not carry every rule to every single version. Is that clear, guys? Anybody has any question?
Yes,
Nikhila,
Yes, please.
yeah,
Nikhila.
I have one question.
Mm.
So actually here we are whenever we have an enhancement, whenever we have a defect fixed, we are changing that to second version or third version based
Right,
upon the
right.
enhancement.
Uh,
So, so do we map all this rule set to that application?
yes, exactly. Like you see here,
Hmm.
where is that? This is application which is having my rule set, right? So in the rule
Hmm.
set, if you see, I give 0101 only. I didn't give the third one, 010203. I didn't give, right? So this is actually a
Hmm.
practice we follow in real time. See, if I give like this, okay, only 010101 rules will be considered. So whatever is in 02 and 03 will not be considered. So when I start using 02, I have to come here and change it. Okay. Then again, when I start using 03, I have to come here and change it. Okay. So instead of that, what Pega told us is, guys, let's do one thing. You only give two versions. Okay. No need to give the third one. If you don't give third one, Pega will take till 99 everything it will take. Means from 010101020304 till 99, Pega will look all the versions. Otherwise, every time we create a new version, we have to come here and update it. So if we forget to update, then those rules are not considered. Suppose I only gave till 02, I forgot to update 03 here. What will happen? Whatever rules I kept in 03, this 171 rules will not be considered as a part of my application and they will not be triggered at runtime. So only rule sets that you kept here, only versions that you kept here will be considered as a part of your application. So if you forgot any version or if you forgot any rule set, then they will not be considered as a part of your application and they will not even run at runtime. So what Pega told us is, guys, to make things easy, just leave it like this. So till 99, I will consider all your rules. Now let's say the middle version got incremented. You have to come and update it. Again incremented, come and update. Again incremented, come and update. No choice. But till 99, you are safe. Okay. So every time you
Okay.
create a new version, you should be careful that it is a part of the application. If not, despite of creating all the rules, it will not work because it is not a part of my application, so it will not work. So every time you create a new rule set, also make sure it is a part of your application. Otherwise, it will not work. Every time you increase the minor or major, make sure you update in the application. Otherwise, it will not work because they are not a part of my applications, so they will not be considered.
Nikhila, sorry, this is little confusing. Could you please repeat? I mean, just the last part. If you give
Okay,
only two, you said.
I will tell you. But before that, any questions on this one, guys? Then we will move to that again. Anybody has any questions on this one? The reason I am telling you is, see, Pega has an algorithm.
No,
Okay.
Ajay.
Okay, perfect. Pega has an algorithm. Okay, Pega always picks the highest copy of each rule. What do you mean by highest copy of each rule? Look at this. Screen 3 is lying in version 1 and version 2. Which is highest copy? 02. So Pega will pick only 02 version of screen 3. Now screen 1 is lying in 01 and 03. Which is highest? 03. So Pega will consider only screen 1 from 03 version. So like this, Pega follows an algorithm to identify the highest version of each rule. Okay, so lower versions will not be considered, they will not be picked by Pega. That is one important thing you should be aware of. Okay, and each rule can lie in different versions, just like I have shown you. One rule can lie in n number of versions. Whenever you enhance, whenever you do a defect fix, that rule will be coming in the higher version. Okay, and all the rules will not be in the same version. See this, here I have 4, here I have only 1, here I have 2. So as per their preference, their enhancements, their defect fixes, they lie in their versions. Everybody is not going to lie in the same version. Smita, are you clear? Shweta, are you clear?
Yes, Nikhila.
Shweta, how about you? Are you clear? Any questions?
Yes, Nikhila.
Okay, perfect. Now coming back to this one, we were talking about this. Okay, so please understand that application means it's a collection of rule sets only, right? Suppose I created a new rule set. How to create a rule set? Create sysadmin. Okay, technical. Is it technical? Sorry, I'm missing sysadmin. Where is my rule set? Is it down? Yeah, it is down. So sysadmin
Sorry.
category rule set. Okay, give any name to it. Your rule set name. Let's say test rule set. Just it's a test rule set. So versions are auto populated. Okay. Now do you see this? Update the application rule with the new version. See, let me not click it. Okay, let me not click. Okay, so I created a new rule set. Perfect. I will keep some rules in it. Very good. But these rules will not work. Why they will not work? Because you told that your application claims is made up of only these rule sets. This rule set test is not a part of your application. So, although you created it, none of your code is going to work. So, every time you have to make sure that, oh, I created a rule set, I have to add it. Now, where to add it, we will discuss later. Okay, should I add at the top? Should I add at the bottom? Should I add in the middle? We'll discuss later. Okay, now, where to add it? You have to add it here. Now, you will add it like this 010101. You have added. Now, your code will be considered. Oh, okay, sorry, I don't have 02, so it is throwing error. Okay, now your code will be considered. Okay, perfect. So you added test 010101, which means only the code which is in 010101 version will run or will work when you test the application. Now, what if I came up with another version 02? It will not work. Why? According to your application, you only have test rule set and only 010101. So the code which you wrote in 02 is not going to work. Then what should I do? Come and update it to 02.
Update.
Exactly. Now again what happens? See, in real time projects, there'll be lot of teams working in a project. Okay. So let's say we have 5 different development teams. One team is working on requirement X, one is working on requirement Y, one is working on requirement Z, and one on A, one on B. Now, what we will do is everybody will create their own versions. So, one team will work on 0101 version. Okay. One team will work on 02 version, one will work on 03, one will work on 04, one will work on 05. We all will not work in the same version. Okay. We'll have our own versions for each requirement, for each defect fix. We create separate versions. Okay. But in some projects, everybody will work in one version, which is not a good approach. Okay, it's better to take one version per defect or per enhancement. It's a very bad approach to put all the defects and all the enhancements in one single version, because if something goes wrong, entire code will roll back. Okay, whereas if you keep it in multiple versions, if something goes wrong, only that version we can roll back and rest will stay back. So it's always good to use different versions for each enhancement, for each defect fix. So let's say all of us are using different versions. Now what you have to do, everybody has to come here and update it, right? So team 1 came here, they gave 01. Team 2 came here, they gave 02. Team 3 came, they gave 03. Team 4 came, they gave 04. So like this, every version, every month, every release, you have to come and update it here. So what Pega suggested is, okay guys, don't take that strain. Okay, just leave it like this. If you only give first number and second number, Pega will consider all your rules till 99. Till 99, it will collect all your rules. Okay, so after this, if you came to 02, then you have to come and update again. Again till 99, no need to update it. Pega will take all your rules till 99. After that, 03, come and update. So like this, here we give only major and minor versions. We don't give the patch version. Till 99, Pega will consider it. Is that clear now?
Yes, Nikhila. Actually, I have one doubt.
Mhm.
So here we are updating to 0103, right? So this will consider 0102 also, right?
Where,
Previous version.
when you're saying 03 or 02 or 01?
So here we are updating 01 to 01-03.
Uh,
So previous version we have
100%.
01-01.
0101
Hmm.
till 99, 0102 till 99, 0103 till 99 is considered.
No.
So
So
all
since we are
lowers
giving only one
all
version, so it
lowers
will
are
consider the
considered.
previous one.
All the
Okay.
lowers are considered. So we are giving the maximum here. Maximum is
Ah,
0399. You're only telling the maximum count here.
okay.
Nikhila, how
Mm.
can we bring the 01 version code to 02 and 03
Save
if
as,
there
just
is any
save as.
enhancements?
Save as like how you did operator save as,
Okay.
this access group save as, just a save as, open save as, that's it. Okay.
Nikhila, I have a small doubt.
Sure.
Yeah, if an application has a number of versions, for example, 15 or 16 versions, and there need to be some drastic, complete changes, and is there is there going to be any change for all the 01, 01, 01, 02 versions due to this big change?
So you're talking about application version or rule set version?
Yeah,
Application
rule
version
set version.
different. Rule set version. So
Rule
why
set.
will you change all? You will not change all. Only that particular rule set version you will change, whichever is having a major change. Like claims is having a major change. Only claims major version will change. Rest all will remain the same.
Yeah, yeah, okay, got it.
Okay.
Nikhila, I have a small doubt.
Sure.
Let's say, for example, we have first name, last name, and country, something. It is already there in 010101.
Hmm.
And we got the requirement 01, add a few other fields.
Hmm.
Maybe phone number or email ID, something.
Hmm.
Then we are working on that.
Hmm.
So in between, that is in 010102.
Hmm.
Now I got another, I mean, the
Hmm.
defect
Hmm.
says
Hmm.
that the first version which we have worked on already, right?
Hmm.
Maybe with the first name, last name, and maybe country, something.
Hmm.
So that is not working. So
Hmm.
now the second version also, all these fields will be available.
Hmm.
So which I have to fix the defect first,
Automatically,
right?
the latest version only you will fix, right? See
But
if the screen 1 is having defect, screen 1 is lying in 01 and 02 also. Then 02 you will save as to 03 and you'll fix the defect. Suppose screen 1 is lying only in 01, then 01 we will take it and keep it to 03 and fix it. So you will take the highest version of the screen, save it to the next version and fix it. Same screen will lie in 01, 03, 05, 010. Now defect came. Take 010 version, put it in the highest version and save it.
Okay, means highest version we need to consider,
Always.
and we need
You
to.
need to consider, and that is how PEGA also considers. PEGA will never consider the lower versions of the rules. Same rule is lying in 1, 3, 5, 10 versions. PEGA only looks for 10. PEGA will never look for 1, 3, and 5. So PEGA
Okay.
sorts it. Every rule set, every rule, PEGA will sort it. And whichever is the highest, it will take.
So somehow, like I have read one blog kind of yesterday, Nikhila. So it was suggested like always keep some gap. I mean to say 010101, 010102, and then 010104.
Okay. So we will.
I'm not able to recollect that
Yes.
issue, but they
No, no.
suggested some. I didn't
We will
remember. Sorry
keep
for
some gaps in between, which I am also going to cover, but only in the next
that.
session. I mean, like, see, there is some few more things we need to talk here. Like, we have something like application validation, rule set validation. Similarly, the order of the rule sets here. So there are all some important things to discuss, but don't want to overload it now, because before we discuss about all these things, you need to know about releases. So if you are a person from the IT background, you will know about the releases and all. I mean, like, who is an employee already. But we have people who are not from the IT background, so they don't know what is a release. So once we talk about releases and all, I'll tell you sometimes why do we maintain some gaps and all. I'll explain you.
Sure, Nikhila. I understood. Got it.
Sure. So we are almost 20 minutes cross the session timings. So that's it
Just
for
last
the
question.
today. No, no, go ahead with your
Yeah,
question. As last
yeah,
question.
yeah.
I'm
The
not
next
going to
one,
teach anything new. Yeah.
01,
Hmm.
0103, and it will be a 001 again, or it's again it starts from 00 on the
No,
test
no, no. It
rule you have.
starts from again one. I mean, like if you look at my PPT, see this 1199. 2 again starts with 1 till 99. Then 3 starts with 1 till 99. 4 starts with 1 till 99. So
Okay,
everybody
got it.
again starts with 1.
I mean, you wrote it like 0103, and then I was kind of skeptical why she mentioned 0103.
No, we were talking about the minor versions, so I just.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Got you, Nikhila.
Okay.
And no, I also told
Uh,
you, right, in the application rule set, we don't mention the patches. If you mention the patches, every time you have to update, like 01 now, next time 02, next time 03. So it's like unnecessary work for us, right? Every time you have to come and update it here. So Pega themselves told, just leave it till 03 and leave it. So Pega will automatically consider till 99, maximum as 99, they will search the rules. So
Okay, okay,
go to
Nikhila.
any Pega project. So we will only mention majors and minors here. If you maintain patches, it's a overload for us. Every time you have to come and update it. So that's the reason better leave it like this. They will take till 99 everything. Any other questions?
Nikhila, what is the difference between application version and rule set version?
Application version is like entire application is changing. Like for example, see this. Take this example. Let's say for example, you're using Windows OS. Okay, so you have Windows. Okay, Windows XP, Windows 7. Okay, like Windows 10, for example. Okay, let's take these are application versions. Okay, now what is rule set versions? Inside Windows, you have MS Office, right? So you have MS Office. Okay, let's say what else you're using some antivirus. Okay, you're using some browsers. Think them as rule set versions. So in MS Office, I'll have different versions. In antivirus, I'll have versions. In browsers, I'll have versions. So again, this will change from Windows XP to Windows 7 to Windows 10, right? So that is the difference. Windows XP is application. MS Office, antivirus, browsers are right. The content inside it. Okay, the content inside it can also enhance. So in Windows XP, I can use MS Office version 1 or version 2 or version 3 or version 4, whatever I want, I can use. Antivirus, I can use whatever versions I want. Browsers, I can use whatever browser I want, whatever versions I want. Similarly, in Windows 7, I can use any of these softwares again of any type. So like that it is. Okay, so application means the actual structure, the project. Inside that, we'll have rule sets. Rule set will belong to some functionality, and they can have multiple versions. Like in let's take for example, uh, like WhatsApp. Okay, WhatsApp is an application. WhatsApp we have versions: version 1, version 2, version 3, version 4. But within WhatsApp also you will have some patch versions, right? Regularly you will get updates. So those are patch versions. Like WhatsApp will have rule set 1, first enhancement deployed. You'll get an update. Please update your WhatsApp. Rule set 2, next enhancement deployed. You will get an update. Upgrade it. So like that, if the code is enhancing, these are enhancing, then that is called as rule set versions. If the entire application is enhancing, then it is called as application version. Like if you take in terms of Pega, right now I'm in Pega 8. So my application version, I'm giving something. Maybe when I upgrade it, I will change my application version. Okay. So Pega 1 was in, let's say in a 7 version of Pega. My application 2 is in 8 version of Pega. My application version 3 is in 24 version of Pega. So like that, we generally change the application versions. Okay. Not only during upgrade we change the application versions, for various reasons we change the application version, but which is very rare. Changing application version is a rare thing, but sometimes due to the necessity of built on applications and all, we change them, which is too early for you to learn all those things right now. But just understand that application version means, just for your understanding for now, if I'm using Pega 7, my version will be X. If I'm using Pega 8, I'll increase my application version. If I'm using Pega 9, I'll increase my application version. Like that, you will just change the application versions. But generally, in day to day life, we do not touch the application versions. We only touch the rule set versions. The content keeps enhancing. Okay, like the example I have told you, this is the content inside Windows. This keeps enhancing. This generally remains the same for a very long time until and unless Windows 7 comes. Only then this enhances. Again, Windows 10, only then this enhances. But this content, regularly it will enhance. Okay.
Okay, Nikhila,
Nikhila,
got it.
Nikhila, one question on this. So, Nikhila, is this a correct example? Like in the same environment in dev, if you want to test two different versions of application, so you can do a copy of application and put it on a lower version for a team to test.
One thing
And
is like, we never test two different copies of an application. Application version we never touch. 99% we don't touch application versions. You only deal with the rule set versions.
okay, you
So
change the rule set
only
version
rule
for
set
testing.
versions we touch, because day to day life we are only enhancing the rules. We are only doing defect fixes in the rules. You're not doing anything in the application versions. You're only changing these
Okay,
things. Only these things keep upgrading day by day.
okay, got it. Thank you.
Any other questions before we log off?
Nikhila, just
Mm.
check uh, the content which you upload should get open.
It is opening for everyone, right? Maybe there is some issue in
Yeah.
your PPT. It is not opening for you. What can I do for that, Basha? If it is not opening for
Okay.
everyone, it is my problem.
Yeah.
If it is not opening in
Okay.
your machine, it's something wrong in your machine. And somebody
Okay,
has
let me check
also
that.
shared the PPT in the group, so they are able to download and they are able to share. So just take your laptop to any technician or just try to reinstall PowerPoint and see.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, guys. So that's it for the day. Please go through all the three recordings before the next session. All the three. Whatever we have completed so far, please go through everything. Because as we keep learning new topics, whatever topics you are very good and very familiar right now, you will forget them. Okay. So make sure you watch all the recordings again and again before the next session. Yes, Raj, you have some questions?
Yes, yeah. I think is a rule set is a set of rules, but once your application rule set only for versioning is changed, I think update to the versioning anyone. Uh, what is the difference between inside of the both of two validations in application
As I told you, I'll be
rule
covering it
set?
in the next session. See, it will be too much overload for you. So I should teach you the sequence, the importance of the sequence here. Before teaching the importance of the sequence, you should know about inheritance. Only after you know those both, I can explain you these two. And before talking about the various gaps here, you should know about releases. So there is some dependency, okay? I am going to cover it, but not in today's session, but in the next session. You also need to digest the things, guys. So I take some gap so that you understand the basics first, and then we move to the next things. Okay. Now, as I always keep telling, please be a part of the live session. Okay, never ever mix. See, I had the entire batch, which is a flop batch, I can say, where people were so much relying on the recordings because it was so nice to watch the recording later and practice because I was explaining very much in detail. So I thought like, what is the necessity to wake up early in the morning and sit in front of the laptop when the recordings are so good? Entire batch was a flop batch, I can say. Most of them, initially 60, 70 used to attend, and slowly towards 20 people were there. It's like 90% of them are still watching the recordings and preparing. I keep on posting job openings, I keep on checking follow-ups. They only tell me, Nikhila, I'm still learning. So when I told them in the beginning never ever miss a life, they didn't listen to me. And I had batches where entire batch is a big success. 90% of them placed, very much active in the group, still keeps helping the people. So I have seen both the types of people in my career. So I'm strictly saying you, even if the videos are very comfortable and nice to listen without waking up early in the morning and struggling, still don't rely on the recordings. Be a part of live, because as the complex topics keep coming, it's very good to listen live sessions than relying on the recordings. If you have very major constraints in attending the live, then rely on the recordings. Otherwise, stick to live, guys. Okay. And please connect at least 10 minutes before the session to settle down. Okay. And start watching the recordings. Ask me questions only in the group, don't ask me in person, because I want everybody to learn from your questions. Okay. If you ask me a question in person, I am going to answer it, and that opens up a window for only for you. But if you ask me a question in the group, it is going to open up questions in other people's mind, and they will come up with some other new questions, which is going to be a learning for everybody in the session. So kindly post questions only in the group than in the personal chat. And these kind of issues in the app or issues in your installations, all such things, ask me in person only. This PEGA related things and all, please post in the groups. Anything personal about your certifications or about your installations or such kind of things, access issues, reach me in person. But don't spam them in the group. Okay, any other questions, guys, before we log off? Okay, wonderful. See you again on the next session on Friday at 7 a.m. IST. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye. Have a nice weekend.
Thanks,
Thank
Nikhil.
you so much, Nikhila.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nikhila.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Huh?